Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody? Yeah, I'm still at my daughter's house. So, still here. So, thank you everybody for joining me this morning. I'm hoping everybody's doing fabulous. I know I've been a little bit early the last few days. I'm going to see if I can change that. Ooh, I can. Look at that. I know I've been a little bit early. Usually I'm coming in around 10:30. Got a little bit of a busy morning today. Good morning, Charlene. And so we're going to see how the day is unfolding. Um, it is kind of after this new moon, I keep on wanting to say full moon, but new moon that we just had in Scorpio I think it's definitely was a catapult, um, helping people to really step into. And I was looking and for some of the people who got their new moon readings, I talked about the Star of David, the energy of the Star of David that was in the sky, just prior to the new moon, and that arc over uh, Uranus, and the energy of Uranus. So it really affected a few signs, more so because of where the energy was. And it used planets that are light years away, so planets that we really haven't used in astrology as yet, but and have not really named, kind of thing. So it's a quantum astrology that is being used to sort of help us, guide us in a new way. um, it's going to take several years before they're sort of implemented into the astrology, just like how Pluto, because really Pluto wasn't, I'm going to say, found until, well, they were aware of it in the 30s. They're aware of it in the 30s, but they didn't really start to bring it into the astrology till the 40s. Like Chiron was discovered in the 70s, and really seen what Chiron, watched how Chiron worked, and figured out its personality and the effects of how it has on the astrology. And that's the whole thing, is like when the astrologers, they watched, our ancestors watched these planets, and they thought they were stars, fixed stars, and saw how they affected us. What was that effect on their day-to-day life, on the energies that were around us, and noticed, some traits of what they do when they are in a certain part of the sky, and what that feels like to us here on our earth walk. And so this arch that was over, especially over Uranus, and the energy was an opportune time of really stepping into some expansion, and really looking more into how we are walking our earth walk, per se, and not holding, I guess, not holding a huge expectations that it has to look a certain way, or it has to be a certain way. And that's the key. That's the key to this energy. It's like, if you're holding it to be a certain way, to look a certain way, and you want it to, you know, it you're going to be let down. You know, so the especially with how everything is forming and moving right now, and with Mercury over into Sagittarius, and he'll be slowing down over the next week or so, couple weeks, and then going retrograde, slowing down into Sag, trying to figure out, because this is our higher calling, our higher place. Where is that higher calling, that higher place? And it's ruled by Jupiter. And it's starting to make a quincunx over to Jupiter. And same with Venus. Venus being in Libra, wanting to bring forth, equality within relationships and partnerships, on all level, right? And wanting to see how that feels, what that looks like. And they're starting to, make what we call a yacht. And so I wanted to focus a little bit on Jupiter today. and the Jupiter transits, because Jupiter is a very interesting planet. Jupiter expands our experiences, our knowledge, our understanding. It's optimistic, it's growth, it's generosity and abundance. Now, Jupiter was, in Capricorn, and that urged us to define our goals. And that was in 2019 to 2020. So through 2019 and 2020, we were really getting into to seek out tangible results, ethical and maturely, and take discipline and a step-by-step approach to realize our objectives. Now, Jupiter lasts about a year in every sign. So from 2019, it was like, here we are. We are trying to understand things. We're trying to define our goals, what we are wanting to do in the direction that we want to go into. And then it goes into Aquarius. It went into Aquarius from December 2020 to May 2021 and July 2021 to December 2021, because it retrograded back. And Jupiter expanded our awareness of a place of community, because Aquarius is about community and the needs of all. Jupiter in Aquarius encourages fairness and, wants to be impartial, and humanitarianism. So we started to see, things starting to develop. Now, if you start looking at your own timeline, your own earth walk, start to see, how Jupiter influenced you from 2019, when you were starting to, maybe look at your goals and start to really, maybe you were starting to readjust your goals, or you were starting to look at things, the world in a different way. And now in 2021, we were starting to sort of get encouraged on fairness and seeing that. Now, the thing is that Jupiter, he shows you, right? You have to act on it. You have to do the work. He's going to open the doorway and say, hey, this is a great way to go. This is how we should be doing things. Yet there could be some other energy, other tangible works at play. We'll put it that way. That, might see as, it's when you ask for strength and you think, I want strength in my life. I want strength in my life. And everything that you get is a challenge. It's giving you strength, right? It's showing you the strength. So when it's saying, I want fairness in life, well, it's going to show you opportunities to create that fairness. That's what it does. So it shows you the opportunities. You want fairness. Well, then here's an opportunity to step into it and show how you want the fairness. Show you how you want to be impartial, right? So when it goes into Pisces, and it was there from May to July of 2021, then December 2021 to May, it kept it retrograded back a few times to 2022, and then in December of 2022 it left. So Jupiter expanded our awareness of spirituality. So now we're looking, it's like seeking, it's like this little journey that we're on with Jupiter, right? And so Jupiter's like, here we're trying to seek our, what is tangible for us, what are our goals? How do we act ethically? How can we bring this into fairness and be impartial, to bringing it into our spiritual self and the compassion? So wanting to bring in the passion into our lives. And then from there, as he moves along, he goes into Aries, and Aries is of courage and enterprising nature. It is the pioneer. So it wants you to start something. It wants you to start and making out opportunities with what you are creating within your life. Now he's in Taurus. And Taurus expands our awareness of our needs to establish ourselves and build upon what we have, or what we own and have. Jupiter in Taurus encourages us to embrace our needs for comfort, security, grounding, stability, collecting, providing for ourselves. Now he's in Taurus till 2024. And with an earth sign, Jupiter, we are practical, realistic. Um, we need to visualize results and to feel the motivation to achieve them. And this is how we grow and expand. And now we're coming in, with this build up to this yod, this pointer. It's pointing at, it's this energy that's pointing towards Jupiter. So here we have the pinpoint of Jupiter, and the output is going to come into Scorpio. So this is going to say, how are you going to look at when it comes to the way you communicate with your higher self, because the Sagittarius, spirituality, the higher self, the acclaiming oneself, the arrow, to how you are bringing that into a balance into your life. Venus in Aquarius, in allowing yourself the security and the growing and the stability. So we are at this energy that I'm going to say energy. I was speaking to one astrologer. I don't like the word energy, and I'm just like, I don't know what other word to use. So it's like I need to expand my vocabulary. That's what he was showing me. I need to expand my vocabulary. So what it's showing with this, I'm going to say energy again, with this movement, and with this flow, that we are here to begin to look at what we are wanting to ground with. What do you want to have a stability with, and how you are collecting that. And this isn't, with Jupiter there, this isn't a get quick scheme at all. With Jupiter in an earth sign, it's practical, it's realistic, and we need to visualize it, and we need to see it and make it tangible. So this is a field to motivate to achieve them. And this is where we are not risk takers. We need direction. We need clear goals, robust plans. We value tangible results. That's what Jupiter is in Taurus. So we're taking what the journey has been. We'll take the journey from 2019 to where we are, taking that energy. Now we are wanting to make it tangible. We're wanting to bring in that direction. Pluto in Capricorn is wanting us to build that structure and build that foundation, build something that is strong, that is long lasting, that brings in something that is realistic. And Saturn wants us, are you playing by the rules? Are you doing this by the rules? And he's in Pisces. So are you playing it by your spiritual rules? Are you playing it by your values? Are you doing what you are creating? And the thing is that you can't hang on to what you think it looks like. If you are expecting it to be this way, you're expecting it to look this way, you're going to be very disappointed, because that's not how it's going to look or be. It's like, you're going out and you're wanting, it's, when people are, they're going on a journey, or they're going on a trip with a bunch of friends, and they're like, oh yeah, when we hit this spot, this is how it's going to be, and this is how it's going to feel, and da 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 da. But then you get there and it's just like, oh, okay. You got to allow for the flow to come forth. And this is, as I say, this is, you have your direction, and it's bringing in the tangible results. But we attract the most good fortune when we are steady workers, charitable, generous, but discriminating and patient. And this is where we can get into trouble, because we want it now, and we want it instantaneously. And he's in there with Uranus, and Uranus is a disruptor. He goes, yeah, you want that, but I got a different way of doing it. I got a different way of you looking at it. You thought you were going to do it this way. You thought you were going to take this class. Well, I got a better class for you. I got something different for you. It's like, the analogy of the frog wanting to get to the other side of the pond, and he has to hop on the lily pads. And as he hops on the lily pads, he gets distracted because there's some party going on over on another lily pad. So he's like, oh, well, hey, it's only going to take a few minutes. Let me go see what's going on there. And he finds within that journey, there's something better there. There's something that all along you thought you were going in one place, but you end up somewhere else. And that's what Taurus really wants us to start to look at with Uranus. Yeah, we want the stability. We want to have a direction, but we have to be open to the instructions that are coming forth that are trying to guide us on that higher journey. Mercury and Sagittarius wanting us to listen to that direction. That Mars, as the sun will pass over Mars and go into Sag, it is where we are wanting to shine within ourselves. Saturn or Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so it wants to have this expansion. It wants to create something there. But to prosper areas are ones that allow us to discriminate and determine the worth, right? What is the worth of this? Is this worthy of me, right? And this is where we have to have the clear goals. It's like this energy is not an energy of saying, oh, I'm just going to go off and build something in the woods without a plan, without having to survey the area, without looking at, oh, is there water? Is there a place where I could build a latrine? Is there, am I allowed to build here? Can I cut down the trees? There are things and processes that have to be done. And this is where we have to really allow for that patience. It's like, not just going in and just sort of opening a door and saying, here it is, this is what we're going to do. This is a strong self-image and feelings of self-worth and can contribute to the success. So Jupiter and Taurus, we function at our best when we feel comfortable, autonomous, and secure. So it's opportunities that's related to patience, that building and strengthening effort, and focusing on comfort and stability and longevity. It's, when I do my courses, it seems like, oh, she just thought of that off the cuff. Sometimes. But like my shadow to light, I've been thinking about, like, how am I going to do this? What is it going to be called? I have an idea of what I want it to do, but I want to, what am I going to call it? And it came shadow to dark, or shadow to light. And now it's like the Divine Mother is coming forth with this energy and saying, the Divine Mother, shadow to light, bringing forth that energy of the Divine Mother to come forth so that we can shine brightly, so we can shine in a way that allows us to bring forth that comfort, that stability, and that longevity. So in contrast, to the urgency of previous Jupiter cycles and Jupiter in Aries, we can take pleasure now in pursuing our goals in more drawn out and leisurely fashion, and watch our profits or our possessions slowly but surely accumulate. So this is, if you are wanting to invest, this is like, you're not going in for a quick scheme of investment. This is long term, right? So during this cycle, it's about looking at your goals and meet satisfyingly before we pursue our goals, right? And we win good fortune when we observe wisely, when we look at this wisely, and then rather than jump too quickly into something new. So we got to consider the long term, viability and value. And this is where well advised and comes more and more natural while Jupiter transits this with Taurus. So we value the steadfast and the persistence and the longevity and the predictability, the naturalness and the self-willed efforts and the determination. But we prefer that people are natural but polite and not necessarily crude. We embrace what's natural and established, long-lasting, and straightforward. We respect tradition and consistency and loyalty and honor and durability. That's what Jupiter is trying to show us. And sometimes with this energy, it can get very messed up. Ooh, Mateus just got out of bed. And he wants waffles this morning. So he's going to have waffles this morning. But the thing is that one thing about Jupiter and Taurus can be, the more it could be extravagant. We can have too much. Jupiter's zeal can supersede moderation at times, and it can expand the more negative qualities of a sign. So Jupiter's enthusiasm can be well intentioned, but might blind us in our behavior. So Taurus can be stubborn, and it can be too self-focused. So we have to watch that if we are getting too self-focused with this energy. Jupiter in Taurus is working for us, and it's a higher vibration of expression and perspective. And Jupiter is currently, as it's transiting this energy, we are inclined to find joy, because that's what Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. It wants joy. What do we have before Christmas? We want to have a good time. We want to engage and meet friends and have fun. That's Sagittarius. Jupiter likes to expand that. So we want to have that. So we are a little more entitled, ideally, just enough to be healthy in these areas, and it helps to boost us. So this is beauty of having this Jupiter in Taurus cycle. It wants to extend our reach in Taurus, and we are more inclined to appeal to others through our faith and in ourselves. So this is our five senses. So this is the mundane. This is our five senses want to grow, improve, expand, thrive, or it's through patience and follow through that we feel we can prosper. So this is where, because when Jupiter was in Aries, we had a hard time sticking with things, and we preferred the heights and the innovation and inspiration. I know that because I have a Jupiter in Aries. My Jupiter in Aries is like, whoa, look at this, let's go. And then, look at that. I can get very uninspired very easily. But now we are more hunkered down and appreciate and having to build. So there's some good fortune and experiences surrounding money, gifts, personal possessions, due to improvement and resourcefulness. What would you like? Okay. Investments may pay off, and we may realize property gains. You're standing there. He's standing there and staring. What would you like? Are you sure? You got everything? Did you get the butter? Do you need butter?
I need help spreading it.
Okay. Well, when it's ready. Do you see where the butter is? No, it's up there. Can you reach behind? Can you reach that? Oh, there you go. Get the stool. Get the stool. The stool works. So this is where we're going to be building something conservative, moves, and some routines. And sometimes can be very difficult with people. Is she supposed to have that there? Matthias? Is she allowed to have that there?
No. Aria, out. Go. Where's your bone? Go.
Or take it. Maybe you got to bring it with her.
Go.
So we might encourage one another's determinations during Jupiter and Taurus transits, and our characteristics: loyal, sensual, strong-minded, persevering, down to earth, stable, stubborn. This is dependable. These are all characteristics of a Taurus, and with Jupiter in there, it expands these energies as we are moving through. So we're not afraid of a routine. We relish the chance to simplify our work. And that's where this energy is, and this creativity that is coming in. So the more we start to work on this creativity and really hone into it, and the things that you can do is bring Jupiter into your life, and look at things that, what Jupiter likes. So Jupiter is Zeus. You can, and Jupiter is Thursdays. So Thursdays represent Jupiter. And so we can start looking at the colors of Jupiter and what are the colors of Jupiter. So, if we want to start working more with that Jupiterian energy, So let me bring up my other notes here.
Is this good?
Oh, bring it here, love.
Put the butter in on it.
Okay. We're going to be buttering things. So this is about bringing something magical. So the colors that we could bring in, because Jupiter is about royalty. So we can bring in things like indigo blue. We can bring in purples. And we can bring in things that, and this is like, even because it's also with Jupiter is, with the Sagittarius energy that's coming in, and he rules Sagittarius. So of course, maybe bringing in these colors when it comes to your decorating, add a little bit more blue or maybe indigo or purple into your decorations this year, and into your theme. That would be very cool. You can take that. So, this is where he also works with the liver and the circulation. So what are the things you can do to improve your liver? You might be doing a little liver detox, or you might be bringing in something to do with circulatory energy and working with the circulatory energies. So these are, just little things that you can do to bring in that expansion when you're working with this energy and wanting to bring Jupiter in. So, and also that Jupiter is, he represents Zeus. So there's that Zeus energy as well, and bringing in the energies of Zeus. So this is where we, with all these distractions are distracting me. This is about us connecting to our higher vision of beauty, harmony, and help us to keep balanced. And Taurus is decisive, not afraid to be themselves, self-centered, content, possessive, and peaceful. And we may see them more themes in the media spotlight as we go through. So you might see more people coming out in the spotlight that seem very Jupiterian energy with this. So let me see, what else can I bring up about this? So the other part with Jupiter is under stress includes the thyroid, the parathyroid, cysts, throats, tonsils, irregularity, problems with the voice, vocal cords, and sense of smell, which could come into prominence with Jupiter and Taurus. So be aware of those things. So if we are having problems, say, even with our liver, our memory, our blood flow, things along that line, if we're having issues with that, maybe start taking a look at it. Our throat, if we are having issues with our throat, if we are unable to speak what we are wanting to speak, say what we want to say, this is part of that Jupiter and Taurus, and maybe there's something there we have to work on. Maybe there's some meditations we have to do with our throat, maybe bringing in blue lace agate, things like that, and maybe even wear some aquamarine, or bringing in some purple, maybe amethyst or something along that line, to help us to bring in, amethyst is actually really great for circulatory energy. So there's different things that we can start to do to really bring in that Jupiterian energy. So yeah, Jupiter's cool, don't you think? Jupiter's so cool. I think Jupiter's cool. Let's pull some cards for today. If you are interested in my Shadow to Light, I know I have to do this, guys, and I know I might lose some of you, but my Shadow to Light starts on January 6th. And on January 6th, it's sort of included. So we're also going to be doing a releasement ceremony for 2023. So on January 6th, the releasement ceremony. December 30th, we're going to have the peak into 2024. So if you are wanting to join me for the peak into 2024 and be a part of that group, because that's the only place I really tell people in length about what is going to, what is the flow for 2024 and what we are going to be looking at for the energies of 2024. The other part, the other things that I'm going to be doing, $10, 10 minutes on Fridays. I have a meditation this Saturday, early bird meditation at 7:30 in the morning. So we're going to be doing an early bird meditation, which is by donation. You just let me know you want to come. You don't, if you can't pay a donation, that's fine. I just would love to have you come and join the meditation. It is a connection to bring forth peace and harmony and stabilize that energy into this world. So we have that on Saturday morning at 7:30. We are also with that shadow to light energy. We are working with the Celtic year for the whole year of 2024. We are you will be receiving full moon and new moon readings on a monthly basis. So just an FYI, those who have been getting their full moon and new moon readings, the only way to get them this time is through the shadow to light. And if you want to just get that part of it, you can do that, and you don't have to participate in the rest of it. It's $999 is what the early bird special is. After that, it's $1,325 for the year, and we can spread payments out over the year. So that is my big course. I'm going to be talking more and giving you examples of what's going to be in that course over the next several weeks, so that you have an idea of what we are going to be doing, and working on different areas, especially when it comes to relationships. Could be money, could be spirituality. So different foundations that we have in our life that what we need to focus on more. What are the parts in our life that we need to focus on, and choosing an area to focus on for the year, and then begin to create and plant our seeds. Because if our relationships are good, why are we focusing more on our relationships? If we feel we have a really good spiritual foundation, why are we focusing on our spiritual foundation? If we're really good in a good financial, and we have a good flow of money and everything coming into our life, then we don't have to focus on that. We know that's working. Other things might pop up in those areas that we can work on or handle, but they're not going to take a majority of our energy. And that's part of the shadow to light. Go. No. So that's part of that shadow to light energy. So our first card is the Ten of Waters. Oh, gotta love that. So this is about emotional and material needs are met. This is about harmony. This is about family and having that emotional connection with family. So there is that beautiful, trustworthy relationships that are growing. So we have this beautiful emotional energy that's coming forth. I keep on saying, now I notice how much I say energy, right? And with that comes the Two of Waters. So things become closer together. Things begin to grow. There's a positive resolution when it comes to conflict. So with that water, so there's a lot of emotion that's still there. Of course, we're still in Scorpio. So there's still a lot of depths with the energies that are coming in, and with how we are feeling and how we are wanting to connect with one another. So there is where, if you are at conflict with someone, or that you are at odds, there's opportunity to have conversations in order for you to have a better relationship for that person. Sometimes the conversation is like more of an ending, in that you're done. We're done. Doesn't mean I don't like you, but we're just not a fit anymore, right? And with that comes the Seven of Fire. So the Seven of Fire is like, yeah, we're going to talk about, but I'm going to still have respect for who I am and the passions I have. I'm going to still stand my ground. I still love you. That's Libra. I still love you, but this is what I believe. This is what I care about. And this is what, I'm going to choose my battles wisely. So I have that harmony and peace, but I'm still going to be within that harmony and peace in that family and the family values. I have to have my values, and I have to respect my values. And this is where, with my decisions that I have, may not be the same decisions you have, and that is fine. That is okay, because we can resolve this conflict, we can resolve this, and we can come together in more of a peace and harmony and respect of one another. So there you go. Have a blessed one. If you're wanting to book a reading, definitely get a hold of me. If you are wanting just a mini reading Friday, $10, 10 minutes, but it's online. It's on YouTube or Instagram only. So if you are wanting to join me there, so like, subscribe, and push the notification button. And we will talk to you all tomorrow. All right. So have a fabulous day. Go out there and shine your beautiful self out there in all that you do. Stay and be. Bye-bye, everybody.